was Odoamne.
Coming to the spring split, I just came off like my rookie year. Already the results I had, I was like pretty happy with them, but I was aiming higher, so we got Vander, Jankos and Forgiven as new players for our team. And my goal with that squad was just winning the LCS split and going to MSI and just pretty much doing our best to dominate Europe LCS. But that didn't really happen, sadly, even though I think our roster was very talented. We just had some issues and we weren't able to fix them in time, so we just kind of crumbled. The whole lineup were definitely a lot weaker in terms of like individual skill, but I felt like there was more teamwork. Our macro was a bit better just because we kind of listened to each other more, but I think the whole lineup was a lot inferior to this one we had in this year. I don't really mind either, like when it was pure tech meta and there were like only champions like Maokai and stuff like that. I didn't really mind playing them, I thought they were fine, and I don't know, it just requires some sort of like knowledge about it. But now it's like more versatile, it's not really a big issue. I don't really mind it, just because the meta changed so much over the years that we pretty much went through all the meta. So like assassins were played top, bruisers were played top, casters were played top, and tanks were played top, and now this kind of like a mix between all of them. I don't really mind playing them, so I think it's a lot better when like the meta is about like versatility in all these like roles that are being able to be played at once. I think back then in spring we were still like just started playing together, so our synergy wasn't that great, and we just weren't cohesive enough. So I think with that teleport play we could have gotten a lot more out of it. We either could have played the team fight a lot better, but given the situation in that game, it was just a lot better to not TP and just stay bottom lane and just push as much as we can, and we probably maybe could have ended the game there. We will never know, but I think it was just like we didn't have synergy with each other and our team play was pretty poor, so that's what led to it. I think all the top laners in spring were like kind of comparable. I don't think any of them gave me like big issues or whatever. Most of them were like pretty good, but nothing like spectacular to make me feel threatened by them. In spring, I guess like Kiki's transition from like jungle to top, and people were kind of like bashing on him, but I thought he was pretty okay. So I guess he was kind of underrated, but I think he was okay. I think it's just about the meta, because like back then everything was like kind of versatile. They were like you could play some casters into carries or bruisers like Fiora and stuff. I think it's definitely a strength to have like a deep champion pool, but I think it just was because I played so many champions in the past with like I went through all the meta, so I kind of like found some gaps, I would say like that just allowed me to play those champions. Not really, it was more of a team effort to hold it together and try to perform as best as we could given that circumstance. I wouldn't call it that I had to do something spectacular or whatever. It's just like all of us made a big effort to just pull it together and try to go with playing with a sub for 3 weeks. And back then in like week 8 in spring, Ramos was like a really strong pick and just like kind of worked, and people didn't really know how to play against it, and he was kind of really strong at that point. So it wasn't really like a troll pick. We like practiced it a lot, and we just saw it being really good in that certain composition. I mean, I think the best format for like LCS would just be comparable to Korea, where they just have like a big gauntlet, and if you're first, then you just play the finals. If you're second, you go into semifinals. If you're third, you just go into quarterfinals and so on. Like playoffs, the way they are in Korea, where if you're like the lowest standing, if you're like 6th place, you have to do 6 best of 5s or 5 or something like that, or just go through double elimination, and that's it. But I think the either double elimination or like a long gauntlet like they have in LCK is a lot better than what we have in LCS at the moment. Leading to playoffs, we had like a good run. Our scrims were going really well, and I think our team play was pretty good. But I don't know, something just happened 1 week before our game, and we started losing our form, and we started performing poorly. I still can't explain what really happened, but I don't know. 1 week before our playoff games, we just started playing worse and worse and losing our team play. So that's the explanation. That's why we performed so poorly. I was really frustrated with myself and like the team, because with the previous roster, with the way inferior roster, we had top 3 finishes, both splits, and with like a roster that was supposed to contend for like the top spot in LCS, and with a way better roster than what we had the previous year, we managed to finish 4th. I was kind of frustrated because I don't know, because we had such a good run in the spring split, and in the playoffs, yeah, like as I said, we just had our results started being really poor just in like 1 week before the game. So I was kind of really frustrated that like all the work we had just went to waste just like that.